Hello everyone. Today we will study the first chapter of class 6th science, food, where does it come from? And today we will study the topic eatable or edible parts of a plant. Eatable or edible parts of a plant. The parts of a plant that we eat are called eatable or edible parts of a plant. We eat different types of food items and that we obtain from the plants. In some eatables or some edible parts, we eat root parts of the plant, and some we eat as the leaves of the plants, and some as the flowers of the plant, some stems of the plant. So these parts that we eat, and these are the parts of a plant as roots, stem, leaves, flower, seed, fruits, etc. So these all parts of a plant that we eat are known as eatable or edible parts of a plant. Now we can take examples of these parts. It means the eatable parts of a plant as plants and their parts that we eat. In some plants we eat their root parts. In some plants that we eat flower parts. In some we eat fruit parts, etc. So these parts that we eat, that we get from the plants, we will study one by one. For example, in some plants we eat their root parts. So we will study these parts of a plant, and in which plants we eat their root parts, stem part, fruit part, etc. So all of first, roots. These are the examples of plants of which we eat their roots. So first, roots: carrot, radish, beetroot, turnip, etc. are the plants of which root parts we eat. Second example, stems. In some plants we eat their stem part as potato, ginger, onion, turmeric, sugarcane, etc. are the examples of plants in which we eat their stem part. Third example is leaves. In some plants we eat their leaves parts. So the examples are coriander, spinach, cabbage, mint, tulsi, etc. are the examples of plant of which leaves parts we use as eatable or edible part of these plants. Fourth example, fruits. In some plants we eat their fruit parts, and examples are mango, grapes, apple, orange, melons, muskmelon, watermelon, etc. are the examples of the plants of which we eat fruits. It means their fruit parts that we eat. Next example is flowers. In some plants we eat their flower parts as cauliflower, broccoli, banana, rose, etc. These are the plants in which their flower parts we use as eatable or edible part. It means their flower parts are used as eatable. We eat their flower parts. Next example is seeds. In some plants we eat their seeds. Examples are rice, maize, wheat, gram, peach, coffee, almond, etc. These are the examples of plants in which their seed parts are used as eatables or edibles. It means their seed part we eat. Next example is sprouts. In some plants we use as their germinated seeds or their sprouted seeds as sprouts, and these are gram, moong, wheat, groundnut, etc. We take the seeds of these plants, and then we soak them in water, and after 2 or 3 days we see that a white structure is coming out from them. It means from the seeds of these plants new plant can be formed. So this is the process in which when we soak the seed in water, and these seeds get water, sunlight, oxygen, etc., due to which they germinate, they sprout. It means they can give rise to a new plant. This process is known as germination or sprouting, and these seeds are known as sprouts. Those are used as eatable or edible. We use them as sprouts, as salads, and we can take as meal, etc. So in this way we have studied that in the different plants we use their parts as eatables or edibles, as roots, stems, leaves, fruits, flowers, seeds, sprouts, etc. Now you can take the screenshot. Next topic, germination or sprouting of a seed. This is a process in which when a mature and healthy seed gets sunlight, water, oxygen, etc., the seed swells up and breaks, and some structures, whitish structures or greenish structures, come out from the seed to form roots and stem part of a plant. And due to this, a new plant can be formed. So this is the whole process in which a seed gets germinated, and this whole process is known as germination or sprouting of a seed, as it is the process in which when a mature seed obtains sunlight, water, oxygen, etc., it breaks and some structures come out from the seed to form root and stem, etc., to form a new plant. This process is known as sprouting or germination of a seed. Now there is an activity in your textbook to make sprouts activity, sprouting of seed. In this activity, all of us, we take a container, then we take some seeds. For example, we take gram. So we take some seeds of gram and then we pour some water in the container. We keep this container for a day, and next day we see that all the seeds of gram are swelled up, and now we drain the water, and after that we take a cotton cloth and we put the seeds in this cotton seed. Then we sprinkle some water on it to make them wet, and then we put this cloth along with these seeds aside, and next day again we sprinkle some water on it and keep this aside undisturbed, and next day when we see these seeds, we can see that these seeds which were like this, they breaks and some structures are coming out from these seeds. If we break the seed, we can see this type of structures. Here we can see that on the seed there are coverings, and the outermost covering is known as testa. The inner covering is known as tegmen. Two pulse-like structures, those have the stored food as starch. So these two pulse or dal-like structures are known as cotyledons. These are the structures which store the food in the seed as starch. These two structures are known as, this structure known as plumule, this structure is known as pedicel. This forms stem and this structure forms the root. It means this plumule forms the stem or shoot part, and this radical part forms the root part. Now after that, these structures develop and form stem, leaves, etc., and these structure goes to the soil and form the root. And after that, these roots absorb the minerals and water from the soil, and these leaves, with the help of chlorophyll, sunlight, carbon dioxide and water, perform a function of photosynthesis and produce food that is transported to various parts of this plant. And in this way, this seed can form a new plant. So here we can see that here we take some seeds, we soak them in water, then we keep it for a day, and after that we drain water, we sieve the water, and we take the seed in a container. We can take them on the cloth, on cotton, etc., and we, after a short interval of time, we sprinkle water on them to make them wet, and keep them aside for a day. Next day we see that the seeds are swelled up, and structure of them may be like this, in which if we break the seed, this type of structures may be formed, may be observed. There is the covering. Outer covering is known as testa, inner covering is known as tegmen, and this structure is known as hilum, and the pore-like structure is known as micropyle, through which these structures come out. And so after that third day, we can see that from this pore structures, this type of structures can be come out. And when these structures are coming out, these may be whitish or greenish structures which are coming out from the seed, and now the seed is broken down. It means this is swelled up and breaks, and these structures as plumule and radicule are coming out from the seed to form a new plant. This process is known as germination or sprouting. It means these are as sprouts in which some structures are coming out. Then this process is known as sprouting or germination. Next topic, types of animals. And this type of animals is based on the type of foods that different types of animals eat. So what thing the animals eat, on the basis of which animals are of three types, as types of animals on the basis of their food or food habits, which type of food they take. First type, on the basis of the food type they eat, first type is herbivores or herbivorous animals. The animals which eat only herbs, grasses, plants and plant products only are known as herbivores. Examples: cow, buffalo, horse, goat, sheep, elephant, deer, donkey, camel, rabbit, etc. These are the examples of animals which eat only plants and plant products. These are known as herbivores or herbivorous animals. Second example is carnivorous or carnivorous animals. It means these are the animals which eat only animals as their food. It means these are the animals which are known as carnivores or carnivorous animals. These animals eat only other animals. They get their food from other animals. These are known as carnivores or carnivorous animals. And examples of these animals are lion, tiger, wolf, leopard, hyena, wolf, jaguar, fox, vulture, hawk, eagle, jackal, shark, etc. These are the animals which eat only other animals as their food. These are known as carnivores or carnivorous animals. Third type of animals is omnivores or omnivorous animals. These are the animals which eat plants, plant products and other animals. It means these are the animals which eat both the things, plants and as well as the animals. It means they take their food from the plants and from the animals also. They eat plants, plant products and other animals also. So this type of animals are known as omnivores or omnivorous animals. And the examples of these animals which eat both the things, plants and animals, are dog, cat, rat, bear, humans, crow, ant, cockroach, etc. It means they can eat the flesh, the meat, the animals and the products which comes from the plants. These are known as the omnivorous animals.